Hey guys, guess what? It is our last math class for fifth grade. Woohoo! Today, last one, we're going to talk about angles and triangles. So angles, you guys, do you remember the definition of an angle? You can look right here. You see the picture? An angle is made of two rays that have the same end point. Remember what that end point is called? The vertex. Very good. And you can measure the amount of space here, the size of the angle. It's measured in degrees, and you can see how it makes a curve. Look at this. Can you see if you keep going, that would make a circle. So it's all based on a circle. So I'm going to go to the top here and show you how this works. Just use the space up here. Pretend this is a perfect circle. And if you started, and if you measured from distance, you went like this and you went all the way around the circle and came back to where you started, that would equal 360 degrees. One circle is 360 degrees. So if you started and went halfway, start here, go exactly halfway, stop here, how many degrees would that be? What's half of 360? The correct answer for half of 360 would be 180 degrees. So this right here is 180 degrees. And see how it ends up making a straight line? So that's called a straight angle. What if you went 1/4 of the way? Right here. Let's make perpendicular lines. See the perpendicular lines? So from here to here, how much would that be? That would be 360 divided by 4. Figure it out. And the answer is 90. So every time you've got a perpendicular line, it creates a 90-degree angle. So let's go back over here. So any angles that have the same, if you measure them and they've got the same number, makes it the same size opening. Remember, they go forever here. So that gives them the same shape and the same size. We know same shape and same size are called congruent angles. A right angle has a square corner because it's formed by perpendicular lines. All right angles are 90 degrees. Acute angles are less than 90 degrees. So there's small angles, right angles, straight angles, and big angles in between. So small ones, they're so cute. Little things are so cute. Think of puppies and kittens. They're cute. So anything that's smaller than 90 is going to be acute angle. Now, if it's bigger than 90 but not a straight line, that's called an obtuse angle. And the name alone fits, I think, because you can say acute really fast and really short. Acute. Obtuse takes a while to say. It's harder to say because you've got to go obtuse. So those are bigger. So they're bigger than 90, smaller than 180. And of course, we already learned that straight angles are 180 degrees. So before I go over to triangles, I want to ask you one more thing. Remember acute? We've been talking about acute. Something else can be acute. And that is a disease. Do you remember that? Diseases that last a short amount of time, that happen quickly, are acute. Again, it's the idea of small is acute. All right, now let's go to triangles. Look at the name, triangle. 3 angles. That's why they're called triangles. 1, 2, 3. They have 3 sides and 3 angles. Here's a fun fact, number 6. The sum of the angles of any triangle is 180 degrees. Always. I don't care what triangle it is. If you measure the 3 angles, they will always add up to 180. So that can help us figure things out. If we know what 2 of them are, we can always figure out the third. A right triangle has a right angle. You got it. It always has 1. I will tell you right now, it is impossible for a triangle to have 2 right angles. Your job, your challenge is to figure out why. Can you figure out why it is impossible for a triangle to have 2 right angles? If you email me, you will win a prize. Number 8, isosceles triangles. That's a weird, funny name, isosceles. I have no idea. It must be Greek or something. I don't know why they call it that, but it would be a great spelling challenge word if I could give you a spelling test right now. But isosceles triangles have 2 congruent sides. That means they're the same length. See these lines right here, these 2 lines, how they match? That tells you it's the same length. And if all 3 sides are the same length, then it's called an equilateral triangle. In fact, lateral Lat has to do with sides. Where we go? Lateral sides. So equal sides. And notice, look at the angles. If the sides are equal, so are the angles. All right, let's put what we know into practice here. Number one, name the type of triangle. You should totally be able to do that. Look up at the top, find them. I am not going over the answers to that with you. Number two, find the measure of the third angle in each of the triangles. How can we do this? All right, let's look at A. They give us one is 90 and the other is 60. By the way, it has a 90-degree angle, so what kind of triangle is this? It is a right triangle. All right, what is this third one? How can we figure it out? Well, we remember that if you add 1 plus 2 plus 3, if you add these three angles, it has to equal 180. So right now, 90 plus 60 is 150. So 150 plus what equals 180? The answer is 30 degrees. It's your job to do the rest of those. You should not need my help. Let's go to number 3. Okay. Use the given information to name the type of triangle. I am not going to keep moving my camera to go to the information at the top. I expect you to be looking at your math page. So let's look at letter A. If the angles are 30, 90, and 60, based on that, you can tell me what type of triangle it is. All right. The key fact here is that one of the angles is 90 degrees based on what's on the top. If a triangle has a 90-degree angle, that is a right angle, so it is a right triangle. So you just have to write right. I'm going to just draw a little triangle for the second word. A right triangle. All right. I'm going to actually leave it with you to see if you can figure out the others. You go back up to the information on top. If you think it through, you can do it. Okay, let's go to number 4. Name these geometric figures. If you do not remember, pull out your math pages. You can use your math pages from the last 2 math pages. They will have all the information you need for anything on this page. This one would just actually be from the last page. All right, let's go to the back. Okay. Answer the questions about rectangle A, B, C, D. I'm just going to take a quick look at this and see if there's anything that you should need my help with. We'll just do letter A. I'm sorry, let's do letter A together just to get us started. Which side is parallel to side A, B? Okay, so let's look at here's side A, B. So this is side A, B. So which line is going the same direction? This one. When you name it, always go in alphabetical order. So you're going to say C, D. Those two are parallel. All right. You should be able to do B. You should be able to do C, D, E. Let's look at F. Make sure we understand this one. Diagonal AC divides this rectangle ABCD into how many triangles? Okay, that's easy. Are all the sides of the rectangle congruent? That's G. Congruent means same shape. Well, their sides are straight lines, so that's the same. Are they all the same size? Are these 4 sides all the same size? Of course not. I'm giving you the answer to that one. No, not all 4. All right. I'm going to leave you to figure out the rest of those on your own. Let's look at number 6. Okay. Here's what I want you to do for number 6. I want you to pause this. I want you to go back and do all of those that you can. Look up any answers that you can't do. If you're stuck, then you listen with me. When you're finished filling them out, turn it back on, and we'll go over these answers. So stop now. Okay, welcome back. Let's go over the answers. A blank is a simple closed figure formed by line segments. The answer is polygon. B, a blank has one end point but continues indefinitely in one direction. You should have known that that is a ray. C, an blank, by the way, you see that an? That tells you the word's going to start with a vowel. Is made up of 2 rays with a common end point. Two rays of the common endpoint is an angle. D. A blank is a polygon having 6 sides. This is just memorization. Hexagon. E. A blank triangle is a triangle having 3 congruent sides. Again, and's going to start with a vowel. Equilateral. Hope I can fit this on here. F. A blank is a quadrilateral having opposite sides that are parallel. Well, this is really easy. It's in the name. Parallelogram. And G. A blank is represented by a dot, a point. All right. Review. 2-story problems and follow the signs. And when you finish, I want you to stand up and say, woohoo! Because you finished your math for the year. Good job.